as you move further and further down that life cycle, it gets more and more expensive for change. So if you can do that level of change in like a prototype or a design phase, it's much less costly from a time and like engineering resource perspective. Yeah, high level is like discovery, design, development, release, and then it's like the idea is to have like tight loops, like quick, like you want to iterate through this stuff fast so they can generate feedback to then inform, like fine tune your discovery, fine tune your hypotheses and assumptions and problem statements, and then iterate and be able to cycle through it. But like in general, that's kind of like the key, like the major stages. So discovery, which includes like talking to people, understanding, trying to figure out like what the problem is, like all that stuff. Design is like where we kind of think of as like encompassing like the brainstorming and like the actual like potential like UI design. So like, asking the questions of like, well, everybody's been traditionally doing this. Like, do we think there's a better way of doing that? And so like coming together to like figure out what solutions, like you diverge and then converge. So like you literally throw everything on like a board and say like, this is what we're gonna do. And then you start to converge on like a potential solution. And then, ideally during that phase, like you're also doing some amount of testing too, to like confirm whether or not that is the right approach. So like, more mature organizations, they do things like A/B testing, or they release some like, limited version out to like a number of clients and have them play around, feature like, like a lightweight version of that prototype to understand where there's like friction points or contention that you need to like improve upon before like getting to the development stage. Because as you move further and further down that life cycle, it gets more and more expensive for change. So if you can do that level of change in like a prototype or a design phase, it's much less costly from a time and like engineering resource perspective than like if you're in development stage and it's like, wait, no, we got to rework all that stuff. So like the idea is to try and catch as much of that like early on through like testing and kind of proactive discovery. And then development, engineers will wave the magic wand and get it done. And then you do some level of, testing afterwards. And then there's a release, and then measuring your success and measuring like the feedback